Greetings, my good people. I hope this message finds you well. Pardon my cancer stick. I'm doing this really on camera for the purpose, I guess it's a selfish purpose, because I really need to let these things go. I've tried to quit several times. I have all types of tools and kits or whatever. We'll have one particular patch kit to stop this. But enough about that. I'm going to get straight to the point of why I'm making this video. Now, today, I was going down Facebook and I came across a friend's post. And it says something about what do the followers of Captain Samuels have to say in regards to his recent statement. No, I didn't know anything about whatever statement he had made at the time, because I guess my mind was erstwhile distracted at the time I saw the post. But when I got off work later, it's probably a couple hours ago, I happened to come across a video online of him actually making the statement that he made. Now, before I even begin, I wanted to be said, don't even use the typical line that I'm hating on Captain Samuels. I'm pretty impressed by my fellow Pisces brother. And how he's been able to utilize this platform to do pretty much something that I consider historical. Well, at least noteworthy in the course of YouTube history for a black male blogger. I can't say, I won't say it because I'd be lying. I don't regularly watch Kevin Samuels videos because, for one thing, at my age, whatever game that I've acquired and whatever tools and skills that I need to choose or meet a mate for marriage or whatever, dating or whatever, I've already attained those. I'm not saying that I'm not open to learning, but I have a lot of tread on my tires, my friend. I mean, not to say there's nothing to brag about, because hell, even the same way we regard women, and as not to be crass, but I guess I have no choice but to be crass, how some individuals view women who have a high body count as damaged goods. The same, from some people's perspective, can be said about certain men who've been, reckless with their penis. I once again, I can't really talk bad about those individuals as well, because there's been periods in my life where I've been reckless with my penis, and when I decided to be more responsible, I was overjoyed when I went to the doctor's office and got a clean bill of health on my genitalia. But nevertheless, I don't want to belie and drag this on. For those who haven't heard his particular statement, I want to shout out Port City YouTube channel for providing me with the video. I'm going to play what he said. So, just for context.
Start advocating for men who want to be with men. I understand the impulse, brothers, I do. But our women are not showing us. I don't care what they say. What are the women showing? That's the ultimate thing. Are the women showing what they're saying? And I don't see it.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. First of all, you're not going to speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
Okay, so in my evaluation, I just really, I really just came from the realization. I said, there's no way any of you men or women who have listened to this to Mr. Samuels for any period of time should be surprised by the statement he just made. And it's not my business about what gender or individual he chooses to date, or who he chooses to advocate for. I personally don't have an issue with anyone practicing whatever intimacy they choose to practice with anyone. Now, the reason I say it shouldn't be a surprise is because, maybe like I said, I don't watch a lot of Samuel's videos. Maybe I understand he's been married before, and that I do believe he has a child. If I was to guess, and if he wasn't a famous person, and I guess it's not fair to be stereotypically biased, or make any type of assertions without any founded evidence. But if I was just to speculate, and considering that Mr. Samuels is, and I don't want to be biased against Atlanta, he's based in Atlanta, that there's a large amount of either fully homosexual or bisexual men in Atlanta. And aside from this, maybe he's being. I'm sure that him having the lady that or whomever he's with, they would want to go through the scrutiny of being identified as Mr. Samuel's mate, because the same type of criticisms that he gives those who appear on his platform, that would open that individual up for those criticisms as well. Now, really, as far as the constructiveness of what Mr. Samuel said in that clip, I'm sure that what he said was probably accepted gleefully and wholeheartedly by individuals who have that interest for that what's the word I'm looking for, that particular attention or regards to be paid in considering gosh, that type of consideration or regard to be made for those type of individuals who have that concern in which he spoke of. So, Manosphere, you shouldn't be surprised at this, than any other of the high value males or aspiring to be high value male mates. You shouldn't be surprised at this, and it doesn't necessarily take anything away from the information or advice or entertainment value. Because I myself personally, because like I said, I could never at this point consider myself green in regards to the interaction with women. Personally, myself, I've been single for quite a while, and it's a choice to be single because either looks aren't everything, but it's not like I can't acquire a woman, but it's just the point. My focus has been more on self. But again, this is not about me or in my particular situation. This is just in regard. I just felt compelled to make this drop because it's like, it's going to be a slippery slope. And considering the way that this has been a point of contention, and and it seems as if for some reason, and it's not like the concept of homophobia has been placed upon, well, should be placed upon the African American Black people of colored community, because the concept of homophobia has been applicable to all types of ethnicities and races and groups. So this will be an opportunity for those interested interests, to either forward their argument or have their argument dispelled in regards to I particularly, I mean, this is the concept homophobia. I particularly don't like the word because it's not necessarily a phobia, a fear that these individuals have. It's an aversion to I guess having same sex, or I don't know. Sometimes they say that those who contest who fight against something so viciously that they are actually having an inner battle with themselves against the practice that they have the aversion toward. But what I'm saying is that you know he comes on every week, and what I see, he presents himself as someone who wants to be considered as classy and respectable. So really, all I'm saying is for the sake of all of those who really want to stay out of the way of any type of dispute or argument against people's lifestyle practice of intimacy, or sexual lifestyles or sexual identities. As long because like I said at the beginning, I have no problem with whatever type of intimacy or whatever type of relationship someone may have. My only issue would have to be if it affects those who are innocent. So, what I'm saying here is that you know you have the Bootsy incident. Now they have something with Floyd Mayweather. It seems like every time in this Matt and David Chappelle in the mainstream media that it's always a black male that is the target of the most conceived um, despicable behavior or language being propagated as having us to be the blame for it, black males in particular. And a lot of that can also be considered facilitated by our own counterparts, black women. But again, that's another discussion in itself. And I'm sure it's a discussion that those are the type of discussions that happen on Mr. Samuel's channel, and I guess that also has helped him reach his popularity. But again, I don't necessarily want to stay on here too long. I just really I saw that, and my point is, don't be surprised. There's no reason whatsoever you should be surprised about Mr. Samuel's statement. And even if it eventually, I mean, the speculation has been there that he is bisexual, or maybe completely, I doubt if he's completely gay. I have no evidence whether or not he's bisexual or not. Just the statement that he made alone isn't enough to indict him or his sexual practices or the type of relationships he chooses. I just really want to, say in all these discussions, this is my point. I'm making. I'm going to stand for it and just give my position. He said what he said. And I just ask for my fellow brethren and even my sisters to keep it classy when you address this. This isn't necessarily an absolution of whatever valid criticisms that Mr. Samuels has had on his program in reference to either men or women. It's just a statement. And it's a statement that can be considered or dismissed by whomever it applies or doesn't apply to. So yeah, it's about 2:30 a.m. I have to squeeze in my opportunities to try to present content to my good people, and I do once again appreciate whatever views I may get in my fine channel, the Najar Room. So yeah, you all have a great night or a great morning, because you're probably going to be viewing this hopefully you'll be viewing this in the morning. So, yeah, in the consideration, when considering the statement of Captain Samuels, examine the validity of the statement. Don't utilize the statement as a means to attack the messenger.